Radical.
Hello there. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, I'm going down a rabbit hole. More like a Robbie hole. I'm going down the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole? We'll just call it. We'll just call it the rabbit hole. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. Going down the rabbit hole. And I'm still in the middle of celebrating. Celebrate the time. Come on. I'm still in the middle of celebrating this year. Silent Rob no longer being on YouTube. I gotta tell you, I don't know why, but I just like it so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that he is no longer on the platform. I can't explain it. It's almost like bad karma because of that upload that you did about me back in 2020. The satirical dick or whatever it was called, you know? That sealed your fate, motherfucker. It's that. That's what it was. But many other things. The stuff with Azalea. I'm sorry I butcher your name and everything. All the bad stuff I heard, the drugs, a lot of it kind of like just led in, I think, to his ultimate downfall. And the fact that he's no longer on YouTube. Well, I say he's no longer on YouTube, but I got a feeling that he is. And I was going down this rabbit hole. Rabbit hole. I was going down this rabbit hole, and I came across an upload I actually left a comment on, and I forgot I left a comment on it, and it was basically just what I said a minute ago, where I just can't believe a lot of stuff I've heard about Rob here recently. It was on I'm not even going to try it again. Aza. I'm just going to say Aza. And it was coming on Aza's channel, and I read many other comments, and one was actually that he was making a channel called Super Tranny Hero or something like that, and he would make separate channels. And this was something interesting that I just found out when I kept reading, that it was normal for him to actually just create different accounts, different channels, and all kind of stuff. Now, why is that important? It's important because I feel like he's not gone. I feel like he's still leaving comments under different type accounts. Now, how do I feel this? Why do I feel this? Well, you know, Muda, Some Ordinary Gamers, is a channel with a lot of interaction. And 5 months ago, there was an upload he had, and he briefly talked about Rob. And by the way, one of the comments I read was on one of these different accounts, right before Rob deleted one of the accounts, somebody asked him, hey, what you think about or Some Ordinary Gamers upload on you? And he says, I found the guy really kind of boring, and I don't understand why he never gave me a shout out. So he felt like he's boring, and it was for him to give him a shout out. Right? So that's what made him, I guess, salty, I suppose. Now, this comment was on that upload from 5 months ago, and I can't remember it exactly, but it went something along the lines of like, well, I'm sure Muda would not appreciate if he saw a recent upload of yours about him. Right. And I don't think he would appreciate it. He might not like it. He might not like some of the things I had to say. But there's things I've said about him in the past that I bet he does like. Let me explain something about Radical Rick. Let me explain something about me. I am me. Like, Radical Rick is the same thing. Like, sometimes people think it's a character. Like, no, maybe I can become a little bit louder if I want to get, but it's all me, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't play a character. I just maybe can crank it up to 9 or 10 if I want to, but I try not to yell because A lot of you have very sensitive ears, and I don't want to yell like I used to. But whatever I say about somebody, it's how I feel. I don't pull proverbial punches because if I got something to say about somebody, good or bad, I'm going to say it. I'm a free person. There's no strings guiding me in one way or the other. I don't think to myself, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, is this going to get in the way of maybe if Muda ever wants to give me a shout out or something? Like, I don't care. Like, YouTube is not my job. It's not my business. I don't care about the numbers. Unlike Rob, I don't give a shit if I ever go beyond where I am right now on the platform. I don't give a shit if I get 10 views or 1,000,000 views on an upload. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Not in the least. I'm not here for that aspect. A lot of people just don't really understand or believe that, but no, I'm just here for my own reasons. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Now, this is something I just find to be interesting. That's the reason I want to talk about this rabbit hole. Because like I said, on this upload, they talked about how, number one, I guess they're trying to draw like a wedge or a rift between me and Muda, and hell, Muda might not even know exactly who I am. He may not. It's very possible that he does not. There's many people that make uploads about Muda and Carl Jopsty and all that good and bad, and they don't have time to check out all the uploads. So who even knows that? But Rob maybe thinks that maybe me and Muda might know each other or be tight. I don't know. Because I think it's Rob. I'll tell you why I think that comment was from Rob. Because one thing they said also is, and Solid Rob is 50 times better than you. And I ain't going to doubt that Rob has probably some fans left after he left. Probably some still people that are really sad that he's gone, that have not moved on. But I think most people have moved on to better channels and better entertainers on YouTube. Because when you look at it, what's the legacy of Silent Rob? He was a guy that did rants about video game stuff, and he didn't like Alpha Megasin. So as you can see early on, there was a camaraderie between us because I don't like Alpha Megasin. But the reasons I don't like Alpha Megasin are different than the reasons Rob doesn't like Alpha Megasin. I don't like Alpha Megasin because the fucker's a heavy metal cupcake. Now I laughed at him, but I just have my reasons for not liking him or criticizing him. And I think he's a piece of shit for constantly leaving his audience high and dry and leaving his YouTube channel and not appreciating his own audience. That's why I didn't like him. Rob, though, Rob didn't like Alpha because he liked him. He looked up to him. I hear he drove 10 hours to meet Alpha, and Alpha wasn't even there. So a lot of this stuff where he don't like Alpha is because he was trying to, grab on his nuts, proverbially, I guess. It's different situations. He was looking up to Alpha. So I feel like this is a person that looked up to some of these people like Alpha or AVGN, and then when he figures out that he's not going to get their shout out or, whatever he wanted from them, maybe a reach around, I don't know, figure he's going to just rant on him, I suppose. I'll give him the credit. Hey, his rants were not that bad. All right. Alpha's completely not a talentless person. So I'll stop people and say, hey, the guy did have some talent. He did. But to say that the guy is 50 times better than me, Radical Rick. I can point to some playlist. I can pick some playlist out, maybe comment cuts, maybe Radical Rapid Fire. I could just throw one of the playlist at you, give you some time, several hours, and you can soak it in, you can sink it in. And now is an off year, it's a down year. I'm not as good as a commentator as I have been years past because I just got a lot going on. But I have a long history of creating some great fucking commentary here. And even the show off Saturdays, kind of not so good. Last couple ones, but there's been some nice show off Saturdays. Like I said, not anytime recently, but there's been some funny ones. I'm a funny guy. I'm a good entertainer, and I just mostly use my voice. So when you say something like Silent Rob is 50 times better than me, what output, what percentage of himself was he putting into his YouTube uploads? How much time was he spending on it? He does have some good ones. Specifically the ones he made where he's on his knees walking around as Alpha Mega Sin and we'll go to get these food snacks. Yeah. I mentioned that a lot, man. There was some funny uploads he had on his channel. And there was one about, I think, Mass Effect Andromeda. I think that was pretty funny. So, 50 times more talented than me? Commentary. Rants. I got some great rants. And commentary is just me talking. Just me talking. Even this. And this is not even really truly inspired. But like I said, 2025 Radical Rick is not anything I'm super proud of. It's a down year. It is. Because I'm trying to build a lot of my focus is on building my weekend flea market business. And that takes a lot of my energy and a lot of my focus. But yeah, this is what I think. This is what I think that is actually Rob, because if there's two things that happen, sometimes it's not a coincidence. Sometimes it's not a quinky dink. All right. No one before has ever left a comment on my channel saying that Silent Rob is 50 times or any times better than me. Nobody. Now they've said Silent Rob is better than you. You're trash. Silent Rob, you know, stuff like that. Without, and I would leave them a link to a playlist and say, hey, check this playlist out. And then, well, they're stupid though, anyways. They're stupid. The same people that would give tons of money to Silent Rob, they're idiots. So it's like the lowest common denominator. This is what people like Silent Rob, a lot of their base was the lowest common denominator. So anyways, this is why I think it's Silent Rob. Because I got another comment 4 days later after this on my channel, after it was a reply to my comment on Muda's upload about Silent Rob. Not Silent Rob. I'm sure he hates it. I sometimes confuse him with Silent Rob. I'm sure that pisses him the fuck off because he's so different than Silent Rob. Right? Okay. Two people ran about video games. Oh, he is so different. One of them wears a beanie and is more metal. There's a lot in common about them. I even had an upload talking about how there's a lot in common about those two, even though he hates them, right? I got a comment, 4 different comments from an account. Try to be slick. 4 different comments from an account that was created a couple weeks ago. Doesn't look sketchy at all. And one of the comments was, believe it or not, Silent Rob is 10 times better than you. Now, why is this important? If they typed 50 times better than you, then I would probably say, well, damn, that's the same person. That's a sock account. Trying to be slick. Think about it. You know, now I'm like, oh, wait a second. There's more people that think that I'm 10 times or 50 times less of a creator than Silent Rob? No. See, it's kind of slick. Because not only did they say 10 times instead of 50 times, but they left different comments. I think one on the Superman upload, one on this and everything. This is also like putting this out there. If they're still around, there might be a third person coming around and leave a comment on this one. Silent Rob is 25 times better than you. You see? I see through this shit, right? Now, does this mean Silent Rob is trying to make a comeback. Maybe he's thinking about a comeback to YouTube, and maybe trying to stick it to those people that he doesn't like. I don't know. I'm not sure. He seems disgraced. And maybe he's just too heavy on the fentanyl and the drugs to even really be coherent enough to come back to YouTube. Because, let's be honest here, I saw some of his uploads towards the end on that channel. And that's not the same entertaining Silent Rob. That's not the same person. That, no way, shape, or form. Like, he fell off bad. Fell off bad. And I don't see how anybody that really loved Silent Rob back in the day and loved his uploads, his comedic uploads about about angry fucking Alpha Joe Sin. sorry, it's late. I'm sorry. I'll try to record when I'm 100% coherent. I think let me be frank with you guys. I'm on fentanyl. No, I don't even know what fentanyl does to you, all right? I'm not about to find out. I'm very sleepy. I'm sorry. But no, I think this is actually him. I think it's Rob. I think it's Rob. I think it's a different account. He doesn't have a channel anymore. So how sad is that he seems to be just active, taking pot shots at people like myself, who honestly, really, he shouldn't be. Because originally I was not a fan of Silent Rob, but I admired some of his uploads. I just happened to be slightly critical of the guy, and he went shell on me back in 2020. I just happened to have an upload equating him to Alpha Mega Sin. I made good points. I did. And I was trying to correct his behavior of e-bagging, as I often did, right? I wasn't mean or rude. I just said, hey, this guy just kind of seems a little bit like Alpha Mega Sin now. And he went fucking crazy. I'm not sure where I was able to cut and edit this. Hopefully I got in what I wanted to say, but there were some issues in the recording. I'm not sure really what happened, but I'm going to finish off by asking a question. Just asking this, putting this out there. There's two people that are not currently on YouTube. One is Silent Rob. Well, he doesn't even have a channel, so he's not on YouTube, other than maybe making the sock account channels and going to channels like my own and leaving me comments talking about how he's so much better. Which, actually, when you think about it, is actually fucking hilarious. But the other one is Alpha Omega Sin. His channel is still up, but Art, he's not been back for a while, right? I got this one guy on the channel, Art Bell, and he stops by and he gives me Alpha Mega Sin updates. It's convenient. It means I don't have to go to his channel and bookmark it. Because, oh man, it's a big day whenever Alpha has a new upload. That's like fucking seeing an eclipse, isn't it? So, but I'm curious. Just putting this out there. And the answer to this question you leave in the comment section probably is not going to make one of these people very happy. But just let me know. Between both of those people, who would you rather see an upload from? Silent Rob or Alpha Omega Sin? I ask this question because if the answers I get in the comment section are what I think they're going to be, it's going to piss him off. It's going to piss him off. It's going to piss one of these people off. And that's quite funny.